So I'm going to go through the foundations of a get up here. One of the things that people struggle with, the hardest part of the get up really, is when you go up a weight and you've got a heavier weight, you've got to get it off the floor. And I personally find that the most difficult part. So most people will try and go forward and then try and come up like this. What you actually want to do is go at an angle. So you've got high leg and obviously the kettlebell in this arm. This arm and leg should be pointing sort of at about that angle, about 45 degrees. So that's the direction we want to travel in. So my chest, my sternum should be following the line of my leg and hand. If you're unsure of where that to go, what you can do is put your knuckles on your hip bone and then your elbow should be on the floor. From there, keep the elbow still, reach the hand down, and there's usually quite a good distance, and this leg will just come along and match it. And then that is also the direction you're trying to travel with your sternum as you come up. So, to here. Okay? So, there's a little drill I like to use. It's called an egg roll to the elbow. And that's just going to help us get used to that sideways roll rather than trying to come up. Just builds in that movement pattern so that as you progress you've got a real solid foundation. So the second point I want to make before we start is always to push the shoulder away. So as you come up, you don't want to be here. You need to be here. So just pushing the floor away, push the elbow, drive that down. You're basically trying to get this shoulder as far away from your ear as you can. That's going to keep that nice and strong. The shoulder's going to pull down into the socket. I mean, even if you're here and you do it, you can just push your elbow out to the side. That shoulder will pack down in and you'll feel all the muscles be able to work a lot better there. You'll be a lot more stronger and a lot more stable. So for the egg roll, we're going to have our hands like this. I'm going to put them on our chest like this, which drives our elbows out forward. So I'm going to bring my feet in here just because it's just going to give me a little bit more weight to start with. It's going to weight my knees are going to help me roll. From here, up, drive, back down, push the floor, push the floor. Okay, so you can see I'm driving the floor away there and I'm coming up at a nice angle. The next step is when we actually start to get up. It doesn't start with trying to roll our chest or anything like that. It starts by the floor. Same as most things. Your power will always come from the floor. So we drive this heel into the floor. So when we're down here, we've got our ankles are all right for our legs. Our hands we're going to bring up here for this one. And we're going to start the movement by driving the heel into the floor. Like this. Okay, so that is then getting the hips rolling. The hips are then going to make my torso also rotate. So, push through the heel, up to the elbow. I'm driving the floor away. Push through the heel, up to the elbow. Okay? Now, obviously do that on each side and really get used to that rotate and driving the shoulder away through the floor. If you can get that right, then that's going to give us a really strong, solid foundation to come back up and start with the next stage of the Turkish get-up. Very complicated movement, so it's worth taking the time to get these small parts right first. Alright, any questions, give me a shout. If you're not sure, video, send me the video and then I can get back to you and give you feedback to help you improve it or tell you that it's awesome. Alright, thanks very much.